What's this new adventure? Search for the mirror of Erised. A magical artifact is missing, and it's up to you and your friends to figure out what it is and who might have taken it. So, welcome back, guys, and let's start the adventure. So, let's go to the Great Hall for it. Professor Dumbledore and McGonagall look quite worried about something today. Wonder why it is. I understand your concern about the missing magical artifact, Albus. Rest assured we shall find it. I will talk to Mr. Filch about conducting a proper search right away. It's important we get this special artifact back. Special? Wait, don't tell me it's that mirror where you can, when you look at it, you see the thing you most want to have. Hoocher, Autumn, have you heard? The professors are all worked up today about some lost magical artifact. They do look a bit concerned about something. Do you know what's gone missing? Not yet, but they seem quite keen to get it back. Why do you think they are so concerned about finding the magical artifact, Autumn? Maybe it has some sentimental value. Wait a minute. Concerned? Maybe I should have chosen the dangerous part. Well, whatever. Since I have already chosen the third option anyway, I cannot undo it. Perhaps it has sentimental value for Professor Dumbledore. He has been at Hogwarts so long, it's possible he is grown attached to any number of things here in the castle. All the more reason to get whatever it is back for the headmaster. He has enough to worry about. One thing is for sure, Mr. Filch and all the teachers will be looking for this missing artifact. They won't be the only ones. What do you mean, Merula? Are you up to something? Maybe we are, maybe we aren't. Finding the missing artifact is important to Professor Dumbledore. That's exactly why we are interested in we can't let you leave until we know exactly what you are up to. So tell us what you are planning, Merula. Whatever the missing artifact is, it's gone missing for a reason. So Ismelda and I intend to find it first. And we don't plan to give it back to the headmaster until we have had our fun with it. That's a terrible idea, Merula. I'm not interested in what you think about my ideas, Haywood. Penny wants to help the headmaster find the lost artifact. Perhaps we will return it to Dumbledore before you cause any trouble with it. That sounds brilliant, Autumn. You will definitely need luck to beat us to it. And first you need to figure out what it even is that's gone missing. Which is why we are going to bring friends. So the hunt for the magical artifact is on. Okay, so the next destination is the courtyard. I have been looking for Professor Sprout. I don't suppose you have seen her. I'm watching you students. If you took what Dumbledore is looking for I will catch you before you look into its glass. Whoa, Mr. Filch, I am so scared. Ha! I am helping a friend with a paper, but I hope you and Penny find the missing artifact, Autumn. Well, look who is here. Found the missing magical artifact yet, Ray? Well, actually, Merula, it hasn't even been 5 minutes, I guess. We are not even sure what we are looking for yet, Merula. But we are confident we are going to beat you and Ismelda to it. Then you will have to beat me too. Wait a minute, Tulip, you are not in our team? You are working with Merula and Ismelda, Tulip. I'm surprised, aren't you, Autumn? Merula and Tulip have certainly had their differences, so it's definitely surprising to me that you would work together. I can understand that. It is Merula after all. But we are not exactly working together. I just want to find out what the missing magical artifact is. Oh, that makes sense. And most of all, to have a chance to use it before the headmaster realizes we have it. Here comes the trouble, prank queen. I suppose that makes a bit more sense, even if I don't like it. Tonks is the one who told me what was going on, and I couldn't resist the idea that the missing artifact could have excellent prank potential. See, I told you, the prankster in her awakens. Enough prattling on. We still need to figure out exactly what we are looking for so we can begin the hunt. I say we all brainstorm together to figure out what Dumbledore is looking for. Wait a minute, Ismalda. Are you having an idea that all of us are working together with you and that Merula girl? Seriously? Why would we talk about any of this with you? Ismalda, exactly my thought, Fanny. Yeah, we are trying to beat you to the missing artifact, not help you find it. If you and Penny are convinced you can figure out what it is first, you should beat not you to it. Ismalda is right. So let's try to figure out what magical artifact Professor Dumbledore is talking about. Seems as if working together to figure out what's missing was a good idea. Sounds like the pensieve could be missing, or maybe even the sword of Gryffindor, or the sorting hat. I have looked for the sword of Gryffindor before, and hopefully learned a lesson about why you should stop Merula. What Mr. Filch was overheard saying about catching us before we look into the glass makes the most sense. It sounds like Professor Dumbledore has lost the mirror of Erised. What is that? All this fuss is about a mirror? Is he worried about combing his beard the wrong direction or something? I read about it once. The mirror of Erised shows the witch or wizard looking into it their ultimate heart's desire. Oh, it's definitely that mirror I was hoping for. So that mirror is called Mirror of Erised. Hey, I didn't know that. Its name. Now that's something I am excited to see. I bet I will see myself performing the ultimate prank with tongs. Yeah, tongs and tulips are prank partners, alright. TTPP. I have so many dark desires I want to witness. We are definitely going to beat you to the mirror. We will see about that. Autumn and I make a pretty brilliant team. Less talking, more searching. Let's go. Merula is so cocky, but she is also quite smart. I don't know how we will find the mirror first, Autumn. You are smart as well, Penny, so perhaps we find the mirror by doing what you do best. Making potions, you mean? You mean studying? Oh, okay, that too. But Rowan is also good at studying, right? Exactly, it's time to go to the library to learn everything we can about the famed Mirror of Erised. Oh yeah, let's go studying. I don't like studying much, although I'm good at it. I'm glad what I overheard Mr. Filch say in the courtyard was helpful to you, Autumn. Thanks, Ben. I was hoping Professor Dumbledore was missing a magical creature so I could find it and make it my friend. Why can't you make the not so missing magical creatures your friend, Barnaby? I must admit, I would like to gaze into the mirror of Erised myself. I didn't know he was interested in the mirror stuff. Thanks for meeting me to research the missing mirror of Erised, Autumn. Thank you for gathering all these books, Penny. Have you learned anything that might help us find the mirror yet? I'll tell you everything I know so far, and we can look for more information too. If we learn as much as we can about the mirror, perhaps we will beat Merula and our other friends to finding it. That would surely make Professor Dumbledore happy. I wonder though, especially if we can return this important artifact before anything bad happens to it. That might help him cheer up. So
The
let's
mirror
study
of
Erised.
Alright.
Well, we have learned a bit more about the mirror's origins, including when it was made and what it might look like, with its gold frame and inscription. It says here the inscription reads, Erised Striru. Okay, I can't read this, alright. It certainly sounds quite powerful and intriguing. I can understand why the headmaster wants it back. Good thing Merula isn't here. I hope she is not spying on us right now. Reading about the mirror of Erised might have her want to find it even more. I'm not sure I would even want to see what my heart's desire was in the mirror. Well, I know maybe it's about my brother. Uh, if I want to see it in that mirror, I mean. I notice you are reading about the mirror of Erised. You wouldn't be trying to find it, would you? Let's lie a bit. No, we are not looking for the mirror, Madam Pins. That sounds like something the teachers wouldn't approve of. Quite right. I'm glad to hear you say something sensible for once. The mirror of Erised is a powerful magical object, and the reflection one sees there could be compelling, alluring, and even mystifying. It is not to be trifled with, especially by immature students. The way you talk about the mirror, it seems like something that would be hidden away quite carefully. Oh, that means this mirror is quite dangerous indeed. I agree. Yes, and an even wiser witch or wizard might argue that the hiding place would need to be wisely hidden as well. But enough about that. A library is for silent learning, not prattling on, and I am one witch who takes her own advice. Well, we did learn some valuable information from her this time. I think Madam Pins may have just given us a clue. That's right, Penny. To where the mirror or Erised is hidden, Autumn. You mean a hiding place that is hidden itself? Should we use that spell, Revelio? Yes, perhaps Madam Pins is referring to the room of requirement. Oh, rumors say it's located off one of the corridors on the 7th floor and is perhaps unplottable. But if the mirror has gone missing, why do we even need to find the room of requirement at all? Yeah, you're right. If that's where it was kept, it's clearly not there anymore. Maybe someone has stolen it, or maybe someone has stolen it and hidden it away. Well, anyway, hold on, Penny. Perhaps we don't need to find the room itself. Maybe if we search the corridors, we might find a clue to where the mirror went. Wait a minute, it doesn't have its own leg and hands, It cannot walk on its own or run, perhaps. Anyway, Penny, Autumn, that's brilliant. And she searched us again. Shh! I will not warn you again. Don't tell me you are going to kick us out. Sounds like it's time to go search the corridors for clues, Penny, and I think I will recruit some help. Perhaps from that Talbot guy? Yeah, from Barnaby Lee and Talbot Winger. Those two seemed interested in that mirror of Iris. Let's go meet Talbot. Actually, he was in the library, but I don't think Madam Pin's gonna let us talk anyway in that library. Hello, dear friends. There is Autumn. Cheers, mate. Hello, Autumn. You wanted to meet us here? Is it about your hunt for the mirror of Erised? In fact, it is Talbot. And thanks for both of you for coming here. Merula, Esmeralda, and Tulip want to find the mirror before Professor Dumbledore does, so they can look into it. We have both thought it would be quite fun to look in it as well. I didn't say it would be fun, Barnaby. I said it would be meaningful. Why could it be meaningful? Wait a minute. Talbot, don't tell me your deepest heart's desire is to see your parents again. Just like Harry wanted to in that movie. Fun is easier, and I don't think I understand what do you mean by meaningful anyway. I mean that what the mirror of Erised will show you could be a profound and powerful vision, perhaps of eternal contentment or even unknown joy. I think fun is pretty joyful, but I guess it's a matter of opinion. Would looking in the mirror be a right lark like I expect it to be? Or perhaps a profound reflection to be carefully considered like I expect it to be? Why do you think looking in the mirror or Erised will feel like autumn? Well, I don't think it will be any fun. Seeing your heart's desire in the mirror must be quite profound. So I agree with Talbot. It will feel serious. Serious equals boring, and you are both a bit too serious for me right now. We all want different things in our hearts, Barnaby. That's what makes us individuals. All I know right now is that the headmaster really wants to get the mirror of Erised back. And beating Merula and Esmeralda to it is the best way to doing that. So why did you ask us to meet you here in the corridor so that nobody can find us, especially Filch? The mirror may have been hidden in an unplottable room somewhere nearby, and that too. The room of requirement. I have heard rumors about that place. Exactly. You are quite clever, Talbot. We know the mirror has likely been taken from there. Perhaps there is a club here that could lead us to it. How do we know what to look for? We don't, so just check around for anything that's unusual. The race to the mirror of Erised is important to Professor Dumbledore, which means it's important to us. So let's search for clues to where the mirror may have disappeared to. Yeah. And it will take us 3 hours, alright? Okay. Alright, it's done, alright. Thanks for the help searching, mates. It seems like the only unusual thing in this hall is this plant pod. That new floor was quite grand though, and you don't see those in the halls too often. Yeah, that means there must be some kind of treasure here. Focus, Barnaby. Like I said, the new floor would be searching for something shinier or smaller than the mirror of Erised. Maybe, yes, that's maybe true. But this plant could be a clue. I believe that's from a puffapod plant. Though I have only seen those in the herbology classroom. And those books were about herbology as well. Perhaps Professor Sprout was here and even knows what happened to the mirror. I'm off to the herbology classroom to find out. Yeah, let's go to herbology. After 4 hours of waiting, the herbology classroom. And Penny and I are here. I'm so glad your hunt for clues to where the mirror of Erised may have disappeared to paid off, Autumn. We don't know the clues paid off quite yet, Penny. But the herbology books and sprig of purple plant definitely led me to want to talk to Professor Sprout. Professor Fitwick was apparently looking for her earlier. No one has seen her today. Penny, look! What is it? What is it? Oh, that looks like the mirror of Erised, all right. I can't tell by the frame. Should I look into it, Autumn? That's for you to decide. I can't make that decision for you, Penny. Only you can choose if you want to look into the mirror yourself. I appreciate that, Autumn. And I do prefer to follow the rules. Professor Dumbledore seemed to really want that mirror back right away. He must have good reasons, and I wouldn't want to look without his permission. Oh, there comes Professor Sprout. What are you students doing in here before class? Professor Sprout, we are looking for you. We heard you have been gone all day. Yes, I left early for a trip to Hogsmeade where I was retrieving supplies. I only just returned. But Professor, why do you have the mirror of Erised? I'm not sure that's any of your business. Huh? She looks angry, alright. Actually, it's quite important, Professor. Will you please explain how it came to be here? It would mean a lot to us and to Professor Dumbledore. Very well. I will tell you why I brought the mirror of Iris to my classroom. Perhaps I should have talked to Professor Dumbledore before I moved the mirror. I certainly did not expect it to cause such a stir. And we don't mean to bother you about it. We were just trying to find the mirror before some of our friends. You said you were quite eager to find it, but I still don't understand why, Professor Sprout. Yeah, tell me. Tell us. I think it best we should hold that story for Professor Dumbledore. If he is concerned about what happened to the mirror, we should see him right away. That sounds like a good idea. Let's go see Dumbledore to tell him we have found the missing mirror of Erised. Thank you for watching, guys. See you in part 2.